now that we've covered all the different note values, let's get into a few examples to put this into action. Now remember, what I want you to be able to do is to look at a rhythm and know exactly what the strumming pattern could be. So I'm not going to just teach you a bunch of strumming patterns that you memorize. We're going to be able to look at some rhythms, know whether our pick should be going down or up, know what the rhythm should sound like, and be able to play it. So remember from our previous talk, the whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes, those are the easiest rhythms to play, and those are all strummed with a downstroke. And just as a quick review, if I'm strumming 4 quarter notes, if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, the thing to notice there is that every time I go down, I have to come back up in order to get the next downstroke. Now, this keeping the arm moving, this motion, this down up, to me, this is really the key to playing good rhythm guitar. You really want to just keep your arm moving the whole time and everything else falls into place. And if I want to create an 8th note rhythm, now remember the 8th note split the quarter note into 2 equal parts. So this is my 8th note rhythm just by going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if I'm counting that, if I'm doing quarter notes, I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I start in with the 8th notes, now I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when you see rhythms and you see 8th notes on the page, you know the first one is down, the second one is up. And that's all you got to remember, and then it just becomes a matter of keeping the arm moving, and if you have a quarter note or a higher note value, you just don't play anything on the way back up. And if I have an 8th note, then I strum on the way back up, and that creates my 8th note rhythm. Now, one other thing about upstrokes, I don't want to play all the strings when I come back across. So in other words, I'm not strumming all 6 strings. That gets kind of sloppy sounding. I'm just kind of brushing lightly the first maybe 3, 4 strings, maybe sometimes even only 2 strings. So the upstroke's a real light stroke. So again, just keep that arm moving. Be relaxed. Brushing on the upstrokes. Okay, now let's apply this to a couple of rhythms. Now, the first rhythm that I have here with the 8th notes is a pattern of 2 quarter notes followed by 4 8th notes. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. So very simple. Once again, I just look at my quarter notes and 8th notes, strum the quarter notes down, miss on the way up. With the 8th notes, I strum down and up both. Now, the next rhythm is a repeating pattern of quarter note, 2 8th notes, quarter note, 2 8th notes. So again, I just get the arm moving at the tempo that I want. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. As you can see, the arm takes care of everything. If it's a faster tempo, no big deal, it's the same thing. You notice my arm just always keeps moving here in this down-up fashion. So don't get down at the bottom and stop. Don't freeze up. Don't ever stop your right arm. Just keep this thing moving constantly. Now, I've got another page of 8th note rhythms for you. And what I want you to do is think about everything we've talked about in the lessons up until now. And I want you to try and get those rhythms and those strumming patterns on your own. And then I'll come back with another video and I'll go over them and you can check to make sure you've got them right. So again, just to reiterate one more time, keep the arm moving. Quarter notes are down, miss on the way up. 8th notes are down, up. So good luck with the rest of the rhythms, and I'll see you in the next video.